the skied tee shot, the one that goes vertically straight up to the sky, has no power in it whatsoever. Very frustrating on two accounts. One, you don't get any distance, and secondly, you may even damage the top of your club. So why does it happen? It happens because the club head is descending too much onto the golf ball here rather than hitting it on a more shallow arc. Of course, we're referring to the driver, which is where it basically happens. So we've got to stop this from happening here and make sure we get the arc into a better place. Now, as with many things in golf, the very thing you need to do is often the thing you fear doing. Let me explain what I mean by that. As I tee this up, of course, tee peg height does play a part, but to be honest, it's probably the smallest influence. So don't get too concerned about that, and don't certainly get into a place where you end up teeing the golf ball lower and lower to try and avoid it. The lower you tee it, the more you're likely to do the very thing that causes the sky, and that is to hit down on it too much. So it really happens when we get slightly ahead of the golf ball. So as I'm coming into impact here, if I move my body slightly ahead, that's pulling the arc of the swing towards me. That means now as it gets to the golf ball, it's descending from quite a height, and then the golf club can go straight underneath the ball, catching the very top of the club. The ball, as I say, shoots literally vertically. So what we actually need to do is to change that attack. We need to get the club attacking on a more shallow arc here. Most of that's going to come from the setup position. When you set up with a driver, do make sure, first of all, the ball is towards the front side of your body, and your weight, if anything, is slightly towards your back foot. You want to be angled slightly behind the golf ball. From here, you can really hit it up the back side. That will give you a shallower arc and get the ball on a much better trajectory. So let's just put that into play here and show you. So in your setup position, feel your balance, make sure you're sitting slightly behind the golf ball here, then you can really look into the back of the ball and attack it from that nice shallow arc. When you can do that, it may be the opposite of what you're feeling like you want to do, but you will connect with the ball much more squarely. It'll have the trajectory you're after, and you get all your power back. Key points. Number one, set up with your weight slightly on your right side. 2, look at the back of the ball. 3, attack on a shallow path.